Many believe the hardest part of cancer is the diagnosis and treatment. They imagine a triumphant return to normalcy once the doctors say you're in remission. However, the first 5 years after cancer are often a silent, unseen struggle. The world expects you to be overjoyed, to celebrate your victory. And you are, of course, immensely grateful. But beneath the surface, a different story unfolds. It's a story of quiet anxieties, of learning to live with uncertainty, and of redefining what normal even means. The battle might be over, but the echoes of the war linger on in profound and unexpected ways. The initial relief of finishing treatment is immense, like surfacing after being held underwater for too long. Yet, this relief is often quickly followed by a new kind of awareness. The safety net of frequent medical attention starts to feel further away. Friends and family, who were pillars of support, may gently step back. Assuming you're cured and ready to move on, this transition can feel isolating. The rhythm of life after cancer is often dictated by the medical calendar. Regular checkups and periodic PET scans become milestones, both dreaded and anticipated. Each appointment carries the weight of a potential verdict. The days leading up to a scan can be filled with a specific kind of anxiety. The waiting room becomes a familiar yet unsettling space. The PT scan itself is an experience laden with emotional significance. Then comes the wait for the results, which can feel like an eternity. The relief that washes over you when the news is good is immense. But even good news can be tinged with the knowledge that another scan, another checkup is always on the horizon. After cancer, your relationship with your body undergoes a profound transformation. Every ache, every unfamiliar twinge, every slight deviation from what feels normal can trigger a cascade of anxiety. This hyper-awareness is exhausting, a relentless mental burden. This state of heightened vigilance is a natural response to trauma. However, this constant monitoring can lead to significant mental strain. Trying to discern between a normal bodily sensation and a symptom of concern becomes a daily challenge. The peace of mind that many healthy individuals take for granted feels like a distant memory. The mental energy expended on this internal surveillance is considerable. There often comes a point in the first 5 years after cancer when the sheer effort of being strong becomes too much. The adrenaline that fueled you through treatment and the initial recovery phase begins to wane. What's left is a deep, bone-weary exhaustion, not just physical but emotional and psychological. This is when the emotional wall can hit. It might manifest as sudden tearfulness, overwhelming fatigue, irritability, or a profound sense of emptiness. This emotional breakdown isn't a sign of weakness. Rather, it's often a delayed reaction to the immense trauma and stress that has been endured. For so long, the focus was on fighting the disease, on getting through the next treatment, the next scan. Gratitude is a powerful and pervasive emotion after cancer. There's an immense thankfulness for a second chance at life, for the doctors and nurses, for the support of loved ones, and for every new day. This gratitude can bring a profound sense of appreciation for small things previously taken for granted. However, coexisting with this deep gratitude can be a complex and often unspoken emotion, survivor's guilt. You may find yourself wondering, why me? Why did I survive when others didn't? This guilt isn't logical, and it's certainly not something anyone expects you to feel, but it's a common experience for many survivors. This mixture of gratitude and guilt creates a unique emotional landscape. Navigating these conflicting feelings requires self-compassion. Reaching the 5-year mark post-cancer is often viewed as a significant milestone. For many, it symbolizes a statistical decrease in the likelihood of recurrence. The intense daily anxiety may begin to recede, replaced by a more manageable awareness. The shadows don't disappear entirely, but they often become less menacing. Checkups might become less frequent, and the rhythm of life starts to feel a little less dictated by the medical calendar. However, it's important to acknowledge that 5 years clear doesn't mean a complete erasure of the cancer experience. The memory of the illness, the lessons learned, and the changes it wrought remain. Some level of vigilance often persists, a quiet hum in the background. But the fear is less likely to paralyze. Instead, it can transform into a deeper appreciation for health and a continued commitment to living well.